for pint.
Okay, so I'll go with Doc.
Nice. All right. I'm going to go with casino. Oh, sorry, that was
Duck
Husky's
race.
turn. Husky, you're next.
Oh, I say casino.
You
Sorry,
say that's all right.
you.
Oh, you say casino. Okay.
Yeah, I say casino.
All right, wicked. I will say table.
Okay, chair.
Sure. Water.
Water. I'm going to say race.
I'm gonna say Debbie.
And I am
Baby.
going to say.
Was that baby?
Derby, as
Oh,
in
Derby.
Derby
Oh,
race.
okay.
Yeah.
And I say duck. Okay,
Oh,
I already said Doc.
Duck's already gone. Choose another one.
Goat.
Girls. All right,
Fire.
I'm going to say. You're going to say fire. I'll say water. You said water. Fire. I'll say pond. Wicked. All right, everybody. Anyone listening? If that is somebody's C phrase, don't be a dick. Just leave a message on their wallet, please. So the C phrase that you want to type in right now, somebody, is quack, pint, duck, casino, table, chair, water, race, derby, girls, pond, fire. If you do type that in and it is somebody's C phrase, don't be a dick. Post a screenshot. We'll send you the reward. We'll leave a little message on their wallet. We haven't hit one yet, but we're going to hit one eventually. I love this game, mate. We have to hit one eventually, man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
True.
I love it.
Dom, one question. Do we record it? You are recording
Yeah,
it?
I'm recording already.
Cool. Okay.
Thank fuck for that.
Let's go, Dom. You can take it off.
All right, cool. Hey guys, you know me, it is Dom. I want to say a big welcome to everyone. Yeah, Crypto Hunters Elite. So, welcome to another insightful AMA. Yeah, and I hope you all have been well. Today you can see we are bringing you quite a different kind of AMA. This should be fun. We have the Doc Race Derby with us today, and so far this is looking like something you are going to enjoy because I know I'm enjoying it so far, and I hope we all find it innovating. Like I said earlier, I'm the guy who needs no introduction. My name is Dom. They call me the man of every hour. And I'll be co-hosting alongside Oski today, who already has a doc that is ready to race. So yes, back to Doc Race Debut, right? I know you all must be wondering what this is about, what it means, what exactly this is about, right? And I think it is kind of straightforward because the name says Doc Race Derby. So yes, you can guess if there is a race and a dog integrated into the project. Well, you're going to find out if you stick with us. Well, basically, all right, let me just give you a quick introduction about Doc Race Derby. Basically, it is an NFT project which is backed with utilities. I won't be getting into the utilities because that's not my job. um, I'll let um I'll let the representative do that. But yes, moving on. The collections of the NFTs are really great. I checked them out. They look really cool. I think most of us are going to find it pleasing to the eyes. Just like I mentioned earlier, if you want to get to know more about Doc Race Derby, stick with us because we're going to be getting 100% of their attention, and we're going to be getting every information needed, for you to know before you get into Doc Race Derby. Also, he stated earlier, if you have any questions, except for asking about his account number, I think you're good. You can just ask your questions in the group chat, and I'm going to bring it to the table once the 30 minutes mark hits. Again, I want to say big thank you to you guys for joining us, and I really, really appreciate. Yes, now let's get into the AMA. Okay, so I feel it's only right if the guys listening they familiarize with people who are behind the project. So, do you think you can give us a quick introduction about yourself, the team behind the project, and everyone's background in the space?
Yeah, so my name's Carl Dawkins, and I'm from Carl Talks Crypto. Some people I've done so many things in the space. I've been here full time full time for so full on my living legally paying taxes. That is since early 2021, late 2020, after the COVID breakdown. And basically, I was interested and delving in crypto since about 2012, 2013 when it first started. It always showed up on the radar in various ways. Lost a couple of Bitcoin back in the day. Turned down Bitcoin. I remember a mate offered me he owed me 120 quid, and he offered me 120 quid's worth of Bitcoin. When Bitcoin was, I think it was $1.24. When literally it was so hard to get hold of, and I remember laughing at him. I remember my cousin to this day, who ironically doesn't do crypto but has a pond. He always be like, yeah, he remembers the situation. But obviously, if I did take the crypto, then I guarantee I would have probably sold it in the first quarter because I had no idea what the hell I was doing. So I spent a lot of time educating myself, and got to the position where over the last 2 years, I've been fortunate enough to have my own channel, which I do for fun. Actually, I'm going to start monetizing that soon, but I do that for fun on purpose because I don't do paid promotion and try and educate people. I've been on Sky News talking about crypto, been on BBC Radio Panorama recently, been on Good Morning Britain TV talking about crypto. I've spoken Token 2049, NFT London. I've been doing NFT Paris, NFT. I turned down NFT Paris this year. I've got NFT New York. I'll be speaking at. I'm considered one of 8 crypto and NFT specialists in the UK. Not FCA regulated because there's only 2 of those in the UK. But yeah, I've got quite a good CV with that. You know, got flown out by Crypto Compared to meet Vitalik last year. I call out scammers on a regular basis, which is, you know, I do that sort of out of my own pocket and try and save people money. I did Tamadoge last year. I was ahead of growth and pretty much ran that project where we raised 19 million in 11 weeks during a bear market. And then I left that project, and the team there, basically it's a play to earn game. And then I did Love It Inu this year, which was the second most successful YCO, where we did 11 million in 7 weeks. And with that project, every single person that bought in the pre-sale was in profit for the first 27 hours, which, as you know, when it comes to an ICO, that never ever happens. So I was very, very proud of that. With that project, obviously, with anything that I do has to have utility. With that project, it's basically voting on the blockchain. So I was sort of doing that. So I got called in from some of the old guys who told me to do that. And yeah, so on top of that as well, then I started the Duck Race Derby technically then. Last January was the first conception of it, and it technically launched in March. And with everything that I've seen in the industry, like I've done socials for BitBoy. I'm allowed to say that because the NDAs right now. Socials with BitBoy. You know, I've worked with Ben Coin and BitBoy before obviously all this kicked off. Worked with Safe Moon and held them for a bit. Worked with some top projects that I can't mention. But yeah, also as you see as well, I also have exclusive hookups to the anonymous hackers' socials. They, for some reason, they absolutely love me. I think they love me because I do calling out the scammers. So the last month I haven't called out as many, but now I've got a list to start getting through. Because obviously I just do that all out of my own pocket. If you think as well, just quickly, anyone who lost money on the hack for Love 8 Inu, I paid out of my own pocket from the Duck Race Derby funds, which I made to pay everyone back, even though some of them Dixon didn't deserve it. All the money from the Duck Race Derby currently goes back into the project because I know where I'm making my money, and that's because it is a long-term project. I promote long-term projects. I say long-term projects with transparent teams are actually the best way for you to have a safe and enjoyable ride. So sticking by that. That's why I've got the tattoo tattooed on my forearm. You can get that as a t-shirt as well. So basically, I did the entire project myself, and that's the reason why I knew it was going to be long term. I knew it was going to be slow, and I didn't care about it selling out, which was the best thing. And one thing I found is at the moment there's 106 holders for the ponds, and I think just under 80 holders for the racing ducks because it's 2 separate projects. We'll go into that later. And basically, so I'm going to slow down because I'm getting excited. But basically, the 100 people that we have for the ponds literally scream louder. And we've done the stats and it's so funny. They scream louder than, communities which have 10,000 holders, which is absolutely insane. So you think as well, because we do free races every Thursday, where you don't even have to own a duck, because I know some people can't afford it. We do free races every Thursday. So that's why our subs and our engagement is so good, all organic, because of the fact that we do these free races. You know, the whole idea is keeping people entertained during a bear market. We're in an NFT bear market right now, and this project doesn't care if it's a bear or a bull market. It doesn't care because the whole idea is weekly engagement. There is no when Lambo. There is no buy the dip. There is no, oh my gosh, you've got to stock up more. It's you get your ducks, you have fun, or just be a nice person, come hang out, and maybe if you win a few races, you can afford to buy a duck. So then over the last 6 months, added some really cool team members. So we got Husky here, who we've added, sort of like I say, I run the whole project. Exactly, I run the project, and then we have some, dare I say at the moment, like, and I mean this respectfully, like sort of loose team members, because I'm slowly relieving everyone with their duties. Do you know what I mean? And Husky's come in; he's a very, very trusting person. I find I've been burned so much in this space. Anyway, even at this level, I get burned. I got screwed over for $1,000 last week, but I knew I was getting screwed over for $1,000, and that scam started in May, and I did it on purpose to see if he was a scammer. Turns out he is. Anyway, so we've got a couple of guys who are undocked, which is totally fine, because some people do get hounded in this space. Obviously, I'm fully docked. You can literally like, mate, I don't even use a VPN on purpose. Sometimes when I do my videos, because people do troll me and go, haha, you're in this city. And I go, yeah, like, come find me. I just got out of hospital. When I was in hospital, I literally gave people my bed number and ward number and went, come find me. Because it's, I stick by trying to do this properly. And one thing I have found is Derek Derby's built an absolute amazing one-of-a-kind community where it's also not a conflict of interest to other projects. So, for example, in our project, if you want to go get a lazy lion, we're like, yeah, go get the lazy lions. And the lazy lions follow us. If you want to go get a Grand Parade Country Club, we're like, fuck yeah, man. We are supportive because of how we do and what we do. It's so different to everybody else. It gives you time to be involved in other projects if you want, and it doesn't take away from the Duck Race Derby. So a lot of the guys working for us as well actually work on other projects. And that's totally fine, and it totally works. And they're all allowed to go and work on other projects as well. Because of the way that we do things, people want to put the effort in. But, there's enough room in the space for everybody, especially when you're doing something this different. It's like, for example, you go swimming, right? You go play badminton, and then you go play football. Wicked. You enjoy 3 different sports. They're not going to compete against each other, are they? Because you can do them at different times. And it's the same with the Dirt Race Derby. Come on a Thursday, the races are going to be them. We stick with that time. Here's when the AMAs are. Wicked. We plan the AMAs and the races around projects that we love and that we partnered with to make sure everyone has somewhere to go, like when you're on holiday. Because of me working in this industry so much, and if you type Carl Dawkins with an S in, by the way, I've got a blue tick. With the Z, I've got a blue tick on all platforms, so please beware of scammers. But I've got Carl Dawkins with an S, is my real name. You can type that in, you can trace me back to 2006. You can actually trace me back to 1994, when I had 1 year of fame when I was 5 and 6 years old, dressing up as Robin Hood. Yeah, so you can even find that back then. Literally a fucking open book. Because when I came into this industry, after coming from the music industry, I'd already signed my death warrant with being so open. People find that so intimidating that I am just like this. I mean, obviously, we've all got our secret stuff that we do, but one thing at the moment, it's people are shocked by how much of I don't want to say the words, I don't want to sound arrogant, and I don't mean it when I say this, but almost like a martyr for the project, because it's like a case of I've been through so much in my life, and I've seen people go through so much. Like I was a gambling addict. By the way, you always are a gambling addict. Half of our holders, I think, are ex or normal gambling addicts. This project was started as well because of that. Because with this project, you don't need to keep buying stuff. You know what I mean? You can buy one pond and 15 grand over 3 years, and then every 3 months afterwards, earn $1,000, and weekly races to keep you entertained.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What you said?
Oh,
you can mint.
So the pond.
You can mint a pond.
That's right. So
and
you
get.
Can mint, and you can get $15,000 over 3 years.
What is the price? What is the price from one pond now?
Oh, so 1 pond now is 0.23 ETH. You can mint that directly from our website, www.duckracederby.xyz. And when you do mint that pond, every 3 months you get an airdrop. And the reason why we're able, should I go into the ponds quickly? Should I do the pond pitch?
I think. Cool. It's a fantastic intro. You talked a little bit about yourself, and I think trustworthy individuals are rare, and especially in the crypto space. And I can tell everybody here in the space from my personal experience. With Carl, you find a trustful guy in the crypto space, and that's it. About the Duck Race Derby, you told a little bit about it, about the race on Thursday, and yeah, I know a little bit more about the project, of course, but I know there was last Monday an airdrop. Can you tell us a little bit more about the airdrop? Because you told already everybody can enjoy the race on Thursday, and there are some races. You will tell a little bit more later on. I know that. But what was that? What was that airdrop from last Monday? Can you tell us a little bit
Awesome.
about that?
Yeah, so there's a couple of aspects to this project, and there is, just quickly, there's a roadmap, which is basically like a light paper on the website, and there's also 2 different white papers, one for the ponds and one for the racing ducks. Now, the ponds is where you get the airdrops. Now, when you get a pond, all the NFTs look the same. I've done the metadata where we can update the metadata in the future because it's funny. And also to troll other projects, because the other project, the metadata gets locked. We'll talk about that later. I also, just quickly, by the way, most projects' NFTs are probably going to die and not exist in 4 years, whereas we paid loads of money, so the metadata stays on the blockchain forever anyway. So the ponds is 0.23 ETH, and basically we are the second project in the world to do this. The first project in the world to do this was the Uncharted, who are powered by Zeta Capital, the world finance company. And this is where it gets interesting, because technically it's just ducks and dollars. Now, we have one of the, we have hookups to Polygon, who advise us on stuff. We have hookups via Zeta Capital, etc., to people who worked on the Ripple lawyer case with the SEC. I personally try to chat to the SEC and the FCA as well to make sure, everything's complied. And what we have is, in essence, we have a smart contract where we come across like one person. Now, if anybody here, I don't know how old people are, but a certain generation, you were told if you win the lottery, leave it in the bank and you'll live off the interest. Don't know if any of you ever heard that, but no one ever told you where to leave that money to live off the interest. Now, everyone's heard of hedge fund and hedge fund managers. Nobody knows what they do. Now, when people say, how is it possible to put in what I think 0.23 ETH is like $400 right now. They say, how is it possible to make that 15 grand over 3 years? And there's 2 theories to this. The first one is, can you tell me how your bank gives you 3% interest a year? Most people turn around and go, they invest it. I go, cool, where? And that's where the conversation usually ends. Nobody fucking knows, right? Because they don't do their research. And that's totally fine because they're not into finance. Now, if you started with $1,000 on January 1st, and you traded at 1% a day for 365 days, someone do the maths, please. I totally forgot what that was. I'm going to do the maths right now.
You're very good in math.
To know this. Yeah, I've got it right here in front of me. But basically, 1 grand is literally right here. Just when we're in crypto, people are looking stupidly for these, 100x gains, 2x, even a 2x, mate. People are looking for a 2x, right? And that's madness, right? Because you think, one thing I learned, especially last year, and it's hard to do because you want to invest in everything. And that's why people get put off by the 0.23 price. But I'm like, look, if you put $1,000 into a coin and you take out 20%, are you happy with $200? Because I'm fucking happy with $200. Do you know what I mean? And you forget about the money that you put in, especially with this project. Let me get the compound interest calculator quickly. But basically, what happens is if you just trade at 1% a day, which is very, 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 very easy to do and very safe, then basically you'll be surprised at how much. I think it's 43 grand over the year, something like that. Now, we basically, if you want to get into a hedge fund, you can't just be a millionaire. Hedge funds turn down millionaires all the time. The reason why the Rothschilds and stuff have money is because they leave billions in a hedge fund that trade at 0.5% a day and 1% a day. Bearing in mind, the traders that we use, the hedge fund that we have is actually insured. I actually have a contract and it is insured, which is mental. That's why I was running around the internet shouting, if you get a pond, if we don't make it past the second airdrop, I will reimburse you the difference so you will get your money back. And anyone here as well, you can hold me to that. I've said it online so many times, videos, etc. If any of you mint a pond and we don't make it past the second, well, fuck it. If you don't make it past the third airdrop, so if we don't get to the 1st of April next year, I will reimburse you the money so that you've not lost a single penny. So you would have got 2 airdrops, and I'll reimburse you the rest because the hedge fund is bloody insured, and because you've got through the first airdrop, there is now enough interest in the hedge fund account so that we don't need to even trade at 1% a day if we don't want to. So, for example, whenever there's like a certain event happening, the traders literally won't trade. They won't risk it. And by the way, we are using all the technology in the world, all the bots you can think of. And get this, by the way, we're not trading in crypto. The guys we work with actually fucking hate crypto. It's hilarious. They hate crypto. So we don't talk about crypto. That's why we pay in ETH or USDT, because ETH still isn't considered crypto in the business market, which is hilarious, right? So basically, the contract that we use comes across like one person. It goes straight to the traders, and they just trade in gold, silver, dollars, and yen. And if they feel like they can squeeze an extra couple of percent on a day, awesome, they do. But they don't get greedy, and also they literally stop losses galore. Do you know what I mean? The whole idea is these guys get paid a lot of money to literally go slow and steady. And when you have that mindset where you can go slow and steady, imagine the power of having that patience. So basically, what happens is I actually put extra money into the hedge fund myself. So basically, that's why I've been given the guarantee as well to people, because already, like, there's loads of people. For example, just quickly as well, guys. We've got loads of big partners that love the ponds. Mig from the Board at Yacht Club, the main artist, he's about to make his one-of-a-kind duck, his PFP, because he's got a racing duck. He loves the project. He follows us. We're partnered with BitGet. We're partnered with CoinStore. We haven't even got a token yet. We're partnered with Stealth DEX. We're partnered with GameStation, and we're partnered with MetaSpins Casino and NordVPN. Full partnerships. They love us. Loads of shit coming from them, which is amazing. But anyway, that's because we're working literally with pro traders. We're working with, you hear about in crypto and the stock market, 80% of stock market traders lose who are new, and 90% of crypto traders lose. Wicked. We're not even dealing with crypto here, guys. All our traders deal in the stock market. So they work Monday to Friday. And also, by the way, they're in the 20% that constantly win. And the only reason why we got the hookup is because we are the second project in the world. The first project in the world to do it put a substantial lot of money into it. And we were able then to, because I know the guy personally as well. Like I said, there's contracts and everything. So what happens is the first airdrop was on October 1st. If you bought a pond before October 1st, you got airdrop $50. Now, if you go to the white paper on the website, it actually shows you a breakdown of exactly the airdrops you are getting. Now, of course, we did delay the airdrop by one day.
Carl, I see here the white paper, and for everyone here in the space, the first airdrop was last Monday, was $50, and the second airdrop is in January 1st, 2024, is $72, and the third airdrop is in April 1, $100, etc. So every 3 months,
every quarter,
every quarter, there's an airdrop, and the amount will go up every airdrop.
Yep, and the thing is as well, from next month, I mean, I can do it right now, but we've got other things to do first with the marketing. From next month, there'll be a channel in the Discord holders where the traders actually love showing off. So one of our traders, I love him to bits, got really close to him. He's trading for work, and he has his separate setup where he tries and beats. So he has his own way of trading personally, his own money, right? And he tries and beats the algorithm which we use for our trading. It's hilarious. When he first came in the demonstration, I went, "Is this real money?" He went, "Yeah, it's fine." I went, "It's 25 grand down in fucking 20 minutes." He went, "No, don't worry, that's my account. Look at this one. This is your one." I went, "Fucking hell, that's up." He goes, "Yeah, I tried to beat it, but it's not working." Because he's constantly, he made the algorithm better once, which is hilarious. But these guys are serious. Like, you know what I mean? They don't give a fuck about money. They just enjoy, what they do. So basically, what's happened is a load of people got involved in March, right? And what I did was, with any profits, to make things interesting while I raised the money, because there's been little to no marketing. The marketing pretty much starts next week and the week afterwards. We've got anonymous to hackers who already said they love the ducks and they want to actually tweet about us for the racing ducks, because they love the racing duck I gave them. It's really scary how they got in contact, by the way. I'll go into that another time. But you know, I did no proper marketing on purpose, and mainly because I wanted to do this properly and do it organically. And every week, we're now on race week 22. Every week, if you own a pond, you are entered automatically into races, live races on a Thursday. So basically, with the pond, you don't need to claim the money. If your pond wins, you don't even need to claim. So someone texts me after the airdrop going, "Hey, mate, I only have one pond, but there's $120 of ETH in there." I went, "Dude, you don't check the races." I said, "You've won 2 fucking races." He was like, "Oh, wow." I was like, "Yeah, mate. There's no need to claim, right?" And by the way, if you get a pond, you actually get access to the whitelist for the racing ducks for the game that we have, which we'll go into in a minute. But you get that for 0.05 instead of 0.075. But anyway, back to the ponds, really. I also own a pond. The reason why we do these weekly races is for 2 reasons. One reason is because it keeps you interested while you're waiting for the next airdrop, right? So every week you can actually win. Like one person who only has 2 ponds, and she's tuned in a couple of times, bless her. She's won back the money to pay for one of our ponds, and it was so nice to see. One of our whales has got 50. He wins obviously quite a bit sometimes. She's got a 10% chance of winning. But now that more ponds are coming in, he's had 2 weeks of no wins. But you think like she had 2 ponds and she won luckily over the couple of weeks in a row, and it paid for one of our ponds, and she bought another pond, which is awesome because that's investing. Because when you buy the pond, you forget that you've got it. You just enjoy the airdrops, right? I mean, there's no team ponds, by the way. That's not how it works. So to fund up the rest of the airdrop, I bought 100 ponds, and usually sometimes if I win, I just put the money back into more races. So on top of that as well, the reason why we have these weekly races, if you own the pond, you are in a leaderboard, right? And every single week we do a leaderboard race. And basically, the leaderboard race is all the ponds which are currently bought, right? So every time someone buys a new pond, they enter the league, but they enter the league at a disadvantage with like a penalty on their score, right? So basically, the earlier people have got in, the higher up they can be on the leaderboard, which makes sense. Now, the reason for that is when we get bored, / sometime next year when the bull run hits, and especially when the bull run hits and we see an NFT bull run, so it could be about a year, right? So for the next year, all pond holders get to enjoy. Well, by the way, always doing races Thursday. We'll come to that in a minute. For the next year at least, and we'll give plenty of warning when we don't. We're going to have this leaderboard. Now you can see the leaderboard from tomorrow because we had to take it down for a bit, and you can see where your pond is. Now, when we get to the end of the leaderboard, wherever your pond number finishes in that leaderboard is the rarity of the NFT you're going to receive for free. So there's another collection coming out for totally free. We actually confirmed Mig from the Board at Yacht Club to do the collection, or at least be an advisor on it because he loves me. He loves the ducks. Me and Mig from the Board at Yacht Club are quite good friends now. He's actually signed some really cool contracts where he can't work for us right now. At the same time, I'm like, well, I don't mind keeping the leaderboard going because I'm a big fan of his, and the duck that I designed for him, I designed myself. And I did it based on what I knew about him, and he fucking loved it, which really made me feel special. It's like going to I'm a fanboy of him. So knowing what I knew about him, I knew his favorite color, I knew what style he liked, I knew what trait he liked, and I went, "What do you think of this design, mate?" And he was like, "Dude, like, I'm blown away." I was like, "Oh my god," because he would tell me if it's shit. Do you know what I mean? He's a really nice guy like that. So if he's definitely going to do something on the collection, and this is a personal thing for me because I do like my art. It's a personal thing for me to have the most renowned artist in the fucking world work on this free airdrop, and this airdrop will be basically anybody because the ponds will sell out. There's 400 ponds left. Anybody that has the pond will have a guaranteed rarity from 1 to 1,000. Now get this airdrop though of this free collection. This collection is going to be 2,222 ducks, which looks like 4 ducks in a row, which is hilarious. So that means there are 1,222 ducks that are going to be for sale for public mint. Now, what that means is we have an amazing community who own 1,000 ponds, ready? Who own the top 50% 1,000 rarity, which means that our amazing community now control the fucking floor with a free airdrop. and the other 1,200 NFTs designed by famous NFT artists will be sold to the public. Do you see where I'm going with this? So everyone's about to get their. So if you own 5 ponds, you definitely want to go and keep one of your free NFTs. But you flip 4 of those guys, you go and make your money. Do you know what I mean? Extra little bonus for you. So on top of that as well.
So the pond holders get not only the airdrop with the passive income. They anticipate also in the race every Thursday.
Yeah.
And as extra, and in the races you can win NFTs or prizes
automatically.
Or money. Yes, automatically. Fantastic. And as extra, all pond holders automatically get the airdrop next year.
Yep, of this free NFT collection designed by NFT artists, which I love in the space. This is literally a personal thing for me. Do you know what I mean? I'm spending loads of money from my own pocket because I'm like, for me to have the most famous artist in the world right now for NFTs is Mig, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and having him just to say yes to doing it because he turns down everything, and he wouldn't do it if he didn't want to, and you know, to have him say that, I'm like, oh my God. And then the fact that all the pond holders, the fact that is fun for the leaderboard because, you know, whoever gets first is going to have the rarest one. And the collection takes a little bit more time to design because we actually designed the collection from 1 to 1,000 to make sure that's the rarest ones in order. And also on top of that, like I said, we're going to sell the other 1,222. So you're about to have a load of people come in to buy this NFT project during the bull run because it's designed by amazing artists and because we'll be doing races as well for those people that buy those. So if you own like 10 ponds, which some of you do for this reason, like look, you'll keep 1 or 2 of the ones that you like, right? Let's say you have rarity 10, rarity 100, rarity 50, 500, 600, 700. You're all in the top 50%. And let's say, you know, they buy the pond for 0.0. So they buy the next collection for 0.05, which comes out next year. All right, well, wicked. Let's say we now have a community passionate in Discord where we control the floor of the top 50% of the collection. And that's dangerous. Because I offer in the thing as well, there's a Carl Talks Crypto secret channel. So there's a public hangout when you join the Discord. I hate Connect Wallet. I think it's fucking bullshit. So basically, you get into the public Discord, and then when we verify that you're not a prick and you're a nice person, even if you don't own a pond, by the way, you then get to come into the private Discord just by getting access. And then there's a private channel, which is direct access to me, where I give out free advice, all that sort of stuff. And of course, you know, I'll be educating everybody in the private Discord who doesn't even know about NFTs when these free airdrops come. But like, right, guys, right? Everyone set this free airdrop to 0.25. Everyone just do it, and the top 50% of that entire collection, then we just set the floor, right? And we put loads of money into marketing, and we got all the best artists on it as well. So we're about to have a load of DJs come in to buy the bottom 50% of this collection. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's mental. So as well, by the way, I know a lot of you are thinking,
Carl, sorry,
go on,
but
go on.
1 moment, sorry, but I can imagine that some people might find the pound a little bit too expensive. But they want to do the race, because the duck race on every Thursday is very, very excited, and they can buy also a race duck.
So we'll come to that in 1 second. One more thing about the ponds first. So first off, once again, you can join the Discord, guys, if you don't own a pond, right? If you just want to come and hang out with nice people and you're nice and if you're new to crypto, there's a lot of new guys to crypto in there. We make sure safety first. You know, we make sure like you can come in there, you can talk about other coins and stuff. Do not bloody shill. Do not send us shit coins. But like, you don't have to come and talk about ducks. We have a safe space where we just educate and talk about crypto, right? And then even if you don't own a duck, you can come join a nice community. And every Thursday, even if you don't own a duck, you can enjoy the free race and get involved. And you can save up for that pond. Because basically, I know some of you are thinking now, I've missed the first airdrop. So here's 2 things. The first thing is, the first airdrop was only $50. Now, that still means there's $14,950 left to pay out, right? And also, by the way, the ponds at the end of the 3 years pay $1,000 every 3 months afterwards, a standard as a set rate. So in 3 years' time, those ponds become insanely valuable. Now, on top of that as well, as a little bonus, as we're starting the marketing now, because I did break my leg, so we stopped the marketing. Anybody who buys a pond up until the 1st of November, you also get the guarantee. If we don't make it past the 3rd airdrop, I'll give you your money back, the difference. Also, if you buy a pond between now and the 1st of November, on the 1st of November, anybody who missed the 1st airdrop will get dropped the 1st airdrop.
Whoa, that is massive.
So it's a second, 1st airdrop for anybody that missed out. Because I know some people might buy a pond, or maybe they won't buy a pond now because they're impatient, and that's fine. You might not buy a pond now because you're like, oh, the next airdrop's not until the 1st of January. Bearing in mind, I think you're insane because it means you're missing out on 12 weeks worth of potentially winning loads of prizes with good odds. And it means you're missing out on the cool leaderboard and getting your duck up there for the free airdrop. And you're missing out on a great community and the merch and the free advice. But anyway, so anyone who buys it now between now and the 1st of November, you are going to be eligible for the 1st airdrop, which I will send to you then.
That is fantastic. That's
Hey,
crazy.
just a quick question. Sorry, I dropped in late, so I was listening a little bit for the past 20 minutes. So I missed a good chunk of the beginning, but in the meantime, I was reading up a little bit. So I am curious a little bit. So let's say you're promising to pay out 5,700 to each person, right? That's to each person who buys a pond.
Oh, 15 grand over 3 years to each person as a pond, and then a grand every 3 months.
But
afterwards.
in the first year, it's 5K, right? Like 5.7K.
No. First year is what's the airdrops there, Husky? It's $50. It compounds. So $50, $67, $100. Everyone's in profit. On
Yeah.
the
So
4th
according to
airdrop,
white
1
paper,
year.
it amounts to like 5.7K, give or take.
Yeah, that is
no.
12 airdrops.
1 year.
12 airdrops.
12
and
airdrops.
Every airdrop is every 3 months.
Oh,
Yeah,
every 3
every
months.
quarter.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
Yeah,
okay, but
every
still,
quarter.
what I want to know is how do you plan on actually paying out all this money? Because there's a very big
Scam.
gap between there's a very big gap between the amount that you are getting for people minting these NFTs and what you would actually need to pay out in 3 years. So what's your plan to kind of get there?
Yeah. I'll happily go through that again. That's a really interesting question. And I'd like, by the way, the question I'm going to ask now, sometimes obviously things can come across blunt. I'm going to ask these questions, but yeah, I mean this in a nice way. So do you have any savings yourself, or do you have any staking?
Sure.
Cool. Do you have an ISA or something like that with your bank?
I don't think so.
Do you have a savings account with your bank?
Yeah.
Cool, wicked. I'm going to guess the interest right now is probably 1.5%, maybe 2%, and maybe they're advertised.
But I am more into crypto, so.
Oh no!
Really...
This works into to answer the question. So, because basically the trading that we do, the trading that we do, the only thing that's crypto is you buying the NFT. Technically, you could just give me your wallet address, but that's illegal. So basically, the NFT is the only bit that's crypto, because everything after that has nothing to do with crypto, which you guys don't know about. Our traders and stuff don't work in crypto. We use the blockchain and we use the stock market. So basically what happens is, the bank are offering 3%, right? That's what you get. You get 3% as a holder. Now, of course, then the bank then also get a percentage, right? Then inside the bank, there is a ladder all the way up to the hedge fund that they use. Now, even within the hedge fund, there is a ladder. And even before the hedge fund, there is intermediates in between the banks. And when you look at how hedge funds, because everyone talks about hedge fund and hedge fund managers, and no one knows actually how they operate. That's why it's so hard to get access to them. And thanks, because I've got to mention this, I was an advisor for UK Parliament for one of the APPGs for Web3 crypto metaverse regulation. That was for 5 months from October to March until that. Yeah, so we finished in March. So an APPG basically means that I get to go to the UK government, and I was an advisor to crypto regulation. And when I'm there, there's a lot of people who are billionaires and millionaires, and obviously I got invited for the amount of money that I'd raised and stuff with the projects that I did. And of course, they all have access to different hedge funds. Everyone's got a different hedge fund. So, for example, one hedge fund that we're using is actually used by I think Lloyd's Banking Group. I don't know if you guys know Lloyd's Banking Group. We have it in the UK, and that's why we got able to get the hedge fund insured. And there's hedge funds that Santander use, all sorts of stuff. So basically, what happens is rather than you're getting 3% from the bank because the person above you is getting 1%, the person above you is getting 1%, the project manager is getting 1%, the hedge fund's getting 1%. So we actually have the direct access directly to the traders. So we miss out on all the extra fees, as if we literally had our own private hedge fund, because it comes across as one smart contract. Does that make sense? So basically, what happens is you can do it right now. If you guys type in thecalculatorsite.com, you can actually have a look at the compound interest calculator, which is really cool to use. So let's say, for example, I do $1,000. I'm going to do it right now. $1,000 at 1% trading daily. And bearing in mind, like I said before, they don't trade every day. We literally do. It does say on the white paper it's estimated 15 grand. However, what I did was I literally, and I said this so many times on videos, etc., I literally put a load of my own money on top of it as well, because it's one of those things where we'll go into another time when I do a documentary or something about what's going on in my life. But sick of 99% of NFTs, guys, are a scam. 99% of crypto is a scam. That still leaves me like 700 decent coins to invest in, and that still leaves me like 2,000 decent NFT projects to invest in, right? Minimum. It's scary. And those stats are real. 99% of NFTs are a fucking scam, and that still leaves me thousands to still invest in. That's why being the second project in the world to do this, it scared a lot of people. It really has scared a lot of people. And it's so funny now that people have woken up to it. And this project makes you do your research. That's why the white papers are extensive. There's more videos coming. The roadmap is essentially a bloody white paper. And that's one thing people have actually had to do their research. I've spent a lot of time micro-marketing, and I'll happily do it here with you guys again for free. Any of you guys can reach out, and I could do one-on-one, or group sessions to really talk through. I could do it tomorrow. Whenever I want, I can book in with 24 hours notice, a half-hour slot with our traders, because I'm in my contract that I have with them. I'm obliged to one per week, where I can actually bring people and they can actually show us how they're trading, which is really, really cool as well, because it gives them a bit of a break. So here we go. Wait, $1,000 1 year, 1% a day would get you $24,000 if you traded, right? Interest accumulated, it's $24,000 if you start at $1,000 a day. And I know guys that do that, like personally, that they just for fun do 1% a day, or they try to. But then what happens is with traders.
So do these guys? Are these guys gonna fund the rest of the money that's needed to pay out to people?
Oh no. So basically, I've got enough in the hedge fund already where if they didn't do the 1% a day, that we can cover it. However, here's the thing: there's so much more money in there where I could have actually given a higher percentage. So we're the second project in the world to do it. The first project in the world to do it was actually the Uncharted, who are basically like our uncle. And I know the owners very well. They're actually powered by Zeta Capital, which is a wealth management company. They're the first project in the world to do it. And they offered everybody 20% over 3 years. I think there was 0.25 ETH. They offered 20% over 3 years. So their first airdrop was, their first airdrop was 67. Their second airdrop was 87. And their third airdrop, they've got a 2-week delay because of their hedge fund, which, by the way, they're so transparent, same as us. They literally just got the traders online and they explain why. The next airdrop, I believe, is $124. But that ends at the end of the 3 years, which is why it's more money. Whereas our one continues on after that. And also, it's a little bit less money because I put all the extra money into prizes every Thursday. So On top of that as well, just quickly as well, if you're asking as well how we get the money for the race on a Friday, so on a Thursday, apart from the fact that we pay out of my own pocket, on top of that as well, extra money that I do make from the hedge fund, I like doing the races. And then also on top of that as well, because obviously I do have money myself in the hedge fund. On top of that as well, we do actually offer we started it already. You can actually come and do an AMA on our and basically sponsor a race day. So by sponsoring a race day, you actually get an AMA before the show. The whole show is sponsored. You can come join the show. You don't have to. You get a full review. We do a review of your project on our Dirt Race Derby channel. We tweet about you. We mention all our sponsors in the tweets. So CoinStore, BitGet, Stealth DEX, MetaSpins Casino. And obviously because we interact with them quite a lot, and that's really picking up right now. All sponsors benefit from that exposure for that entire week. And also we run a constant GLEAM contest. So our last GLEAM contest hit 17,000 entries in 6 weeks with 386 people. So that's 3.5 times the amount of holders that we have. And of course, on that GLEAM contest, for the 1 week where you sponsor a race, you will be added to the GLEAM contest. So it incentivizes all your posts on your personal profile and all the posts about you on our profile get added to the GLEAM contest to really increase your reach throughout the week. Plus, we do the free race for anyone who joins. So basically, you literally, the money that we get from doing that AMA then gets all put into the prizes. Does that make sense as well? So then people
and if you don't mind me interrupting, another question I guess that pops into my head at least is, well, because from what I'm looking at, this is a total net worth loss for you guys. So what does the team gain from actually doing this project?
Yeah, so I mean, basically, up until a couple of months ago, it was just me. Everything was just me. The ponds that you see were designed by me. The first ponds were designed by me. The logo was designed by me. In this industry, one reason why I've worked with massive companies and I do my consultations on Car Talks Crypto, and the reason why I've been on Sky News and I speak at all different events, flew out to see Vitalik, etc., is because in this industry I can do a bit of everything. You know what I mean? My marketing is on point. And one thing is, I really am sick of. I mean, like, for example, I'm in a hotel now, lads. Do you know what I mean? I've had nowhere to live for the last year, just popping about in hotels and Airbnb. And just after things I've been through in my life as well, I'm just sick of scammers. I'm sick of shit projects. A lot of people that are in our projects have been scammed or lost money. And, teaching, I mean, it helps me as well. Teaching people patience and how, if you've lost money on a coin, this is the safest bet you have to get your money back. And my money actually comes from the additional money which is in the hedge fund. When we get past a certain point, obviously that compound interest with the money that I've got in there starts actually clocking up, which is great. I also actually own 116 ponds myself. There was no team ponds, by the way, but I own 116 ponds myself. Now, sometimes when I win a race, if I win a couple of races, I do a free race and put the money back in. But the community, honestly, the community are fucking sick. I love the community so much. They had a go at me being like, "Carl, can you stop like giving your money back?" Do you know what I mean? I paid out. I think I paid out. Everything's run out of loss at the moment, and that's with the money that I made from the last 2 projects. And because I know this is the first thing I've been sure about since Bitcoin. I know for a fact Bitcoin long term, regardless of how long we wait, is going to be fine. This project, the reason why this tattoo on my arm and the tattoo on my leg of my NFTs are there is because I know failure is not an option and the long-term longevity will win. I also know that basically this is the pond. So this is just the first project. So with this, I'm so sorry we got to an hour here, but guys, this is how deep it is, right? I'm please give me this recording because I would love to put this up on YouTube. That's the first aspect with the ponds. And it was just amazing to find a lot of people in this space that are actually, they've had to do their research, they've had to engage, they've had to, you know what I mean? Literally, I think we've only had one issue in Discord where someone's come in and been a dick, and that was for 5 seconds. Do you know what I mean? Apart from that, the tattoo on my arm is actually a cross design between one person who's listening here and a designer who we hired. So we've got obviously I do the DRD marketing agency, and when stuff picks up, we'll hire more staff. But at the moment, I just found good people from the community to come and help me out because people were literally noticing. I burned out earlier this year, and it's hard for me to get people involved. But they're like, we'll help out. But get this, most of the tea projects you hear of, right? Like most of their big members are working for fucking free. And I hate that so much. Every single person who works with me in some capacity is paid. So, by the way, I know everyone that works for me has a pond, which I had to pay for myself. Everyone that works for me gets paid. And like I said, I encourage them. I even give them references to go work for other projects because obviously I want to make sure everyone is happy, etc. Now, where the renown comes in as well is apart from the longevity of the ponds, apart from the fact that that means I'm going to have 120 of the free NFT airdrop, which would be good. I can make some money flipping those. Apart from the fact where if you're building a strong community like this, it becomes very dangerous. Apart from the fact then as well is when we are doing the sponsored days on the race days, for example, we adjust the price depending on what you want. Because obviously we can do everything from spaces on our channel, or you can not do the space, you can just sponsor the race. There's so many different options in the pitch deck. In the pitch deck, you can also do a paid promotion on my channel. And bearing in mind, I haven't done a paid promotion yet in 2 years on purpose. That pitch deck comes out this week. So I was going to get money from that as well. And then obviously then as well, I will get money and revenue from the game which comes out, which will come out to that in a second. There's also another game on the white paper, which we'll see we'll talk about another time. But yeah, the game coming out obviously is there. So I'll move on to the game quickly if that answers your question. And basically, at the moment on a Thursday, you will see that we are using a certain type of game online, which I know one of the guys who runs the site, and I trust the algorithm of how random it is. And being a massive gambler, being an ex-gambling addict, where I actually ruined my life. I actually went bankrupt from being a gambler when I was younger. And that's how I think that's why I do well when I do crypto, because you take emotion. Like, the good thing about being a gambler, by the way, if you're a gambling addict, it never goes away. You just learn to deal with it, right? One good thing about being a gambler as a history is the fact that you are used to losing money, right? So long-term projects or short-term losses and seeing that 10% dip, you don't really care, right? And it means you can hold on for the long term, which is good. The bad thing in the crypto about being a gambling addict is that you're also used to losing money, which is hilarious. So used to losing money. So you're like, let's just keep going. So basically, anyone that gets the pond right now, you've had all that, you've got the leaderboard, you've got the money. I mean, to be honest, like I said, there's nothing that can stop the hedge fund from going past a year. If anything is to stop it, then we have a lot more problems in the financial world, mate, than the fucking ducks. Does that make sense? And obviously the hedge fund is insured to the point where, because we got to the first airdrop, the profits that are excess on this first airdrop actually cover my insurance policy as well, which is why I've been so bullish about giving the money back guarantee given the difference. And I mean, I'm not thinking anywhere past the next airdrop. You know what I mean? It's just next bit. But, imagine when we get to the end of the 3 years and everyone gets the big payout, which is the lump sum. And then after that, every single pond is generating the same amount every 3 months. Those ponds become highly fucking valuable as well for you guys to sell. Anyway, so by getting a pond, you also get access to the secret link, which I think someone tried to leak it, but to the racing ducks. Now, the racing ducks are 22,222 individual one-of-a-kind racing ducks. Now, like I said before, the pond metadata is changeable on purpose. So if you want, we can just change new banners and stuff. Now, with the racing ducks, they are currently in a reveal card mode, and there are 2 different reveal cards. So the community are having a nice guess about what that means. And you can get that link. If you own a pond, you can just jump into the Discord. Make sure you're chatting to a mod. Make sure it's verified. There's no rush in this project as well, which is why it's good. No one's going to get scammed on our project because there's no rush to do anything. Does that make sense? And we always can do stuff afterwards. So we had a problem with the airdrops, by the way. Like, it always going to happen, by the way. One person just didn't submit his wallet properly. Awesome. Guess what? We pay it. We paid one person for a prize twice last week. We can't get hold of them because they never engage. Who cares? he can have that. Well done. Our mistake. We just pay the new person as well. Do you know what I mean? Main thing is everyone's happy, and we keep that pot topped up for that. Now, with these racing ducks, the public mint is going to be 0.075. The private whitelist is 0.05. So anyone with a pond has direct access to the whitelist link, which Husky actually has. Anybody on this chat, if you as a gift to all of you, if you want to email myself, or I don't really check Telegram too much, guys. If you want to message Husky or myself for the secret link to the racing ducks, if you can't afford 0.23 ETH at the moment for a staking pond, but you want to do the free races on a Thursday and you want to duck for the racing duck races on a Thursday, you can send Husky a message, and Husky your permission to send it to people from this from this chat, because obviously at the moment all the ducks are in reveal mode, and basically there will be a reveal mode till probably January actually, but it doesn't really matter because when you mint a racing duck you have that number, and that number is very special because that's your racing duck number every Thursday. And once again, if you have a racing duck, you don't need to claim your prize. If you win, you will automatically be airdropped. Now, on top of that as well, with these racing ducks, this is for the racing duck game, which is endorsed once again by Metaspins Casino. Big shout out to Metaspins Casino, which is one of the biggest casinos online. Also endorsed by CoinStore, Stealth DEX, and BitGet, even though we're not a token yet. That's from my hookups. Now, basically, what happens with the racing ducks is we have built the game you see me play on a Thursday. I have had my own game built, and it's so funny, guys. Funny story. One of the devs fucked me over, but I mean, it's nothing new. I'm not a dev, but I always say, because I can't do everything. I can look at contracts. I can spot things that are wrong. Basically, if anyone follows soccer, the best way I can explain it, if the goalkeeper's behind the goal, I know something's wrong, and that's my experience with dev work. I'm always learning. So I actually did the contract and the airdrop myself for the ponds on Monday, which was cool. So basically, with the racing ducks as well, they're going to be in our game. Now, the game, which is being built, we actually have our own version of the game we use on a Thursday, which will be available at the end of October. So we'll be using our own game. I walk into the dev room. I went, right, guys, really easy one. I want this game built, please. I want this exact game built, but I want this change, this change, this change, this change, this, and this. But like, cool. And there's going to be like a nice banner at the top for any sponsors that we get. But like, wicked. And I was like, by the way, guys, one thing, it needs to be more random. And they went, but Carl, like you said, you used this game in the first place because it's the most random randomizer we can find. Which is basically, it's impossible to have a random randomizer, right? There is randomizer. But I turned around and went, look, just make it our own randomizer. And they went, okay. I was like, cool. I just want to know that we're totally in control. It's totally fair. There's no chance of any hookups. Now, basically, when we'll be using that game towards the end of the month instead of the one that we use now, which is great. That will be on the website as well, because I know some people actually after the race like to log on to the site that we use and race for themselves for fun. So you'll be able to actually log on to the website, connect your wallet, and use our own version of the racing game, which goes up to 2,222 ducks instead of just 1,000 if you pay the premium. So usually it's only 100 ducks, but on our game you can go to 2,222. You can access it for free and race it whenever you want. Now that's just the basic, because after that as well, we actually are building our own platform, where this game is the basics. So this game, apart from the fact we're actually integrating it into Metaspin Casino, apart from the fact CoinStore have already said they want to, for example, they want to use it. When a coin does a $10,000 giveaway, they can come do it on our show using our own randomizer game. Me being fully doxed, me looking over the contract, me knowing the randomizer is actually random with no chance of it being manipulated at all. And as soon as the ducks cross the line, all those results are instantly screenshotted and put on the blockchain forever, which is amazing. So, with the platform,
all right, perfect. So you've been talking for a long time now, and
I'm so
of
sorry,
course,
mate. I'm so
yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
There is, by the way, there is more. There is so much more which I haven't even got to in the game. And
Yeah.
I'll go for it.
Obviously,
we'll book another one.
there's a lot more to talk about, but of course, we still have to take some community questions. If you still have time.
Sorry. Oh, no, yeah. Wait, community questions, and then I'm going to book another one with you guys a week before the airdrop in 3 weeks. How's that?
All right, sure, sounds good. So yeah, Dom, do you have any people who got some questions?
Hey guys, I think I do. I think I have a couple questions. Well, like I said earlier, this time is flying. So I'm just going to pick up maybe one or two questions so we can wrap it up real quick. I think the first one is from Brandy, right? So she mentioned, I think I saw this on the white paper also. She mentioned about the game renting that was mentioned in the white paper. I know the game is currently under development, but it says you can rent out the project can rent out the games for people who want to, have like a game night and stuff. So she's saying for someone to rent the game, is there like a requirement or are there rules tied to it before you can rent the game? Do you have to like hold an NFT? Do you have to be in the leaderboard and stuff?
So, so I'm so glad you said that, and I knew I'd forget something. So this is bit which this bit happens. This is coming out this week. Should have said this. There is a pitch deck being released this week. So basically, the way we're finding our sponsors, apart from how we find them ourselves, there is a pitch deck with all our stats on what projects can benefit from, because we don't want one-off customers. That's why I'm happy to come back to this AMA because it's amazing. There are so many AMAs I do where I'm like, I'm never fucking coming back. And they don't care. You guys care if I come back or not because you're providing a good service. They don't care. With the Dutch Star Beat, we want people to come back as well and feel like they got the value, right? So in the pitch deck, even if you don't own a duck, maybe you're just a nice person in Discord, maybe you're doing this to save money for a duck, there's going to be a pitch deck which you can use. And if you bring us a project for a sponsor for a race day, you get 15% of whatever they pay for the sponsor. So let's say it's a quiet week for us. We have a slot, and all right, it's $600 for the package that we've given them when they've selected certain things. Awesome! You've just made yourself $90 in commission, which we send straight to you. And let's say, for example, a project comes 2 weeks, 6 months later, 4 months later, and it's the same project. Awesome! Like they come to us direct, right? Well, guess what? You're going to get 10% in your wallet, constant commission. Now, let's say another project turns up, and hey, I saw you did a project with this project. Now, we keep a list of everything that we do. So let's say the project heard about us from a project which Jenny bought us. Hang on, you get another 10% of that. Do you know what I mean? So people can, like, if you find us one project and then 10 projects afterwards come for a sponsor because they saw that project without you even doing anything, you're going to get constant commission from us. And then with the renting out the game as well, basically, obviously, you're going to need your wallet to enter the tab. But one thing you could do is they could literally do it like a sponsored race day, because they can even hire myself or the team to run the event for you. Does that make sense? So you can either just buy the pond and you can do it yourself on, accessing the website. You will need to connect your wallet. Or let's say, for example, it's a charity event or something like that, or it's a massive event. Let's say, I don't know, it's a marketing event or something. It's like a lot of people in an office and you want me to do a special stream. You can book us and we'll literally run the whole thing for you at whatever time you want. There's like a special race day dedicated to whoever it is.
Right, all right, that sounds interesting. I think it's really nice because I was reading up on the game renting stuff, and I was hoping to get to ask a couple questions of myself, but I don't think time is by our side anymore. So I'm just going to pick up questions I think I could have asked, and I'm seeing in the group
Oh,
chat.
yeah, you can
Uh,
chat me afterwards as well. No problem at all.
yeah, cool, cool.
I,
Okay,
I got
one of
one important question in DM from here. Will there come a DRD coin? Go.
Mm. So basically, the coin is planned when we want to do it. In terms of we are, that is not the priority right now, but like.
But will there
Like,
come is the plan to launch a coin also next year or something?
oh yes. I mean, yeah, that's one reason why we have. We think, like, honestly, when we say we're partnered with BitGet and Coinstore and Stealth DEX, we are full on in bed with them. They fucking love us, and we're not even a coin yet, but they love us. They want to be here in the beginning with us. Basically, when we do the new platform, there will be a currency inside the game which will not be tokenized at first, but you'll cash that token in for USDT or ETH, and then there'll be a second currency put inside that game as well, which will be tokenized and will be released as a token. Right now, as you can imagine, we're in a bear market, and to be honest, we don't care if it's a bear market. But with what we're doing right now, it doesn't matter if it's a bear market or not, which is great. However, with a coin, it's all about utility, but yeah, there is a coin coming. Everything that roadmap is coming, which is amazing.
All right, great. Thank you for that. Just one more question. Not really a question. I say it's not about the project. It's about the community. It's about you guys. I was just wondering. I see you only have a Discord community, and I was wondering why you chose to, have the community on Discord. Because Telegram was actually a place where crypto got, started buzzing at first. So why didn't you think you needed a community on Telegram also?
Yeah, so because I think when you come and join the Discord, obviously having too many channels is a minefield anyway. Having everyone in one place is quite cool. And if you're new to crypto as well, Discord is a really nice place to be able to catch up on the conversations. Telegram can move really quickly. Telegram I've always associated with coins and crypto. I've always associated NFTs with Discord. And just with Telegram as well, there's just a higher risk of people that you don't want joining. You get a lot of people joining Telegram who aren't interested or involved in the contract in the project. You know what I mean? It's easy to be spammed, easy to be manipulated, easy to have hackers, etc. in there. So the whole idea of this is it is a safe space. It's one of those projects where, like I said, the 100 people that we have holding the ponds right now literally shout louder, mate, than Baby Doge. I mean, which is insane. They've got 80,000 holders, and no one chats about it. When you look on Twitter, if you run our Twitter stats against some of the coins which claim to have a load of holders because they've got 1 cent in the wallet, it shows the power of Spartans. The Spartan army, guys, was 300, right? The 300 who defeated massive amounts of army. Dude, that's what we are. The 100 people that we have is insane. That's why you see, organic holders, 3,000 on Twitter. And a lot of those people there are there for the free races while they save up because obviously, it's quite expensive. You think as well, YouTube is starting to grow traction now for the free races. I think it's just near 1,000. And a lot of people there, when you tune in, we're having 125, 150 people join the live races, let alone watch afterwards, which is great. Because like I said, the project is here for everybody, and safety is number one. A lot of people in this project, don't be put off if you're new to crypto, new to NFTs. We're all here to help each other. And with Telegram, for us, it's just not the safest place, mate, for new people. And it's hard to chat in there and categorize. And the thing is as well, we don't with this project, you don't if you're not here for 5 weeks in Discord, we don't care. We just hope you're fine. Do you know what I mean? That's why it's automatic claiming, it's automatic racing. You don't some people have bought ponds and stuff, and dude, they're never gonna jump in Discord. They're never even gonna say anything. Do you know what I mean? And that's totally fine. It's a no pressure project where it's safe, it's fun, and it's everyone wins without having to constantly be on your phone, right?
Okay. That all sounds great. I kind of relate with you when you mentioned Discord deals with more of NFTs and games, right? That are involved in crypto. Why Telegram works with the coins and stuff. So I think that is a fair point, and I think that is just nice. I'm just going to take a quick stop on the questions right now. And I'm going to tell the guys if you have any questions, because I can't take any more questions presently. So if you're listening and if you have questions that needed to be answered, you can go to that Discord channel, like they mentioned. You can ask your questions there. I'm sure there are moderators and there are guys there who are willing to answer your questions. So you can take it off. I think I'm done for the night.
Mate, honestly, I'm hoping to bore you with too much talking. Honestly, it's just I get so passionate about the project. It's so exciting when people actually want to listen to it because it really is an in-depth project, right? It's something there to actually, as you can see, keep you interested weekly. and actually, allow you to get really in depth, so you really understand what you're getting into and how it all works. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and for everyone who is interested, can enjoy the Discord server or enjoy the YouTube race this Thursday on Duck Race Derby. We posted
The
also in
form,
the
yeah,
socials.
the form is in the description on the YouTube link. Go sign up. The only thing you have to do for the free race, the only thing you have to do is be present to watch the race. That's all you have to do, and you can tune in anytime.
So there's a free race this Thursday for everyone.
Yeah, every week there will also be a free race for everybody. And also, by the way, guys, every single day there is a GLEAM contest where you can win everything from a lazy lion to a crypto dick butt to Grandpa 8 Country Club. We've got some really nice NFTs in our vault, which is worth over like $30,000, which people can win from. So every day there's a GLEAM contest. Once again, you don't need to own a duck at first. I know some things can be expensive, but if you have 0.05, which is the whitelist for the racing ducks, that gets you straight involved as well. So send myself, or Husky's one of the best ones. He'll get back to you straight away, and Husky will let you know the secret link to Mint, and you can verify that. If you're ever worried, click on the OpenSea link on that secret link, and it will take you to the collection just to verify it as well.
Right. Thank you again. Thank you so much, Carl, for joining us. It was really amazing. It was detailed field, like I said. I think the guys back home really, understand what the project is about right now. They can get every information needed from this anime. And the good thing is it's been recorded. So, if you have a thing you don't understand, you can always come back and just play the recording. It's going to be pinned in the crypto onto the League group chat. You can just play the recording and go over it again. Again, thank you, Carl, for joining us. That was really amazing. I'm going to speak to Oski, to tell me more about Duck Race Derby. It seems pretty interesting, and I think I just want to know more about it. Yes, thank you again, and one more time, guys. I see there are a couple questions being submitted. I was unable to see.
Quack quack, quack quack.
So please, you can go to their Discord and ask your questions there.
Yeah, do you
For
know
those
what?
of us who
I'll
have
jump in
our
just.
doc,
Sorry, dude. I've got a meeting now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to be on Discord at the same time, guys. I'll be there with Husky as well. Come ask any questions you want. Honestly, and by the way, silly questions are fine. At Derek Derby, do not feel intimidated if you don't know something. We do education videos, or I did a video on Derek Derby 2 days ago, how to use Uniswap. You want to know how to do something simple in crypto you don't know? Please do not feel embarrassed. That's how you get scammed. You come to us, you ask these simple questions, guys. If you don't know what liquidity is, if you don't know what DEX is, if you don't know what NFT is, come ask. Don't be afraid to ask these silly questions, because that's how we learn.
true. In the space, if you want to know more about it, you just have to ask. And there are guys that are really, really happy, to always answer those questions because everyone was once in this situation. We were all scared to get into crypto. And, we all got somebody who was willing to tell us more about it. And that's how we are here today. Okay, so I think that's about it for the night. I want to thank everybody for joining in. We really, really appreciate. Remember, guys, the power of love conquers all. Good night.
Good night. Thanks, guys.